Sadly, this video has been delayed somewhat by life, but let's get right into it. You are looking at two different boxes, obviously. Two different boxes from the same ultimate source, but maybe not from the same location on Earth, using the same distribution company with very different materials, as we can see. So this first one, nice brown cardboard, tape everywhere, solid corners, looks great. I have nothing but confidence that whatever's inside it, and of course we know what's inside it, is in great shape. This one fills me with dread. The box itself doesn't feel firm. It's clearly had its trials and tribulations in the mail system. It's bent in places, it's crushed in places, and, well, I'm fully expecting that what's inside this one, and again, we know what's inside this one, to have been damaged. So, in the big brown package is the revised version of Zweihander, and I know what you're thinking. Hey, you already have one of those. This is the one that I pre-ordered as part of the Main Gauche Kickstarter. And this one that we're looking at now in the white box, this is Main Gauche. Now, Zweihander got here first, and I held on to it for a week, and then Main Gauche showed up about 10 days later. The distribution company is called Magpie Games. All right. Now, this one comes from Sweden. The other one sent from the US. Both Magpie Games, both with the same address being in Albuquerque, but there you go. Now we can see, as usual, there's all kinds of differences. The supplement is, of course, smaller than Zweihander. We're going to start with Zweihander, and we're now well acquainted with what this book looks like. But only with the first one, the print on demand, have we gotten it from a source other than Daniel Fox, the creator of Zweihander, Grim and Perilous RPG himself. So, in a sense, we're taking a step back in the past. We're getting it from another source. So where the print on demand came from Drive-Thru, and we're very familiar with how Drive-Thru and Lightning Source sends us their packages, and I have gotten things from Magpie Games in the past. This is the first combination of Zweihander products with with Magpie, so I thought it would be a good time to show yet another unboxing of Zweihander and Main Gauche. Now, subtle differences on top. We can see that there's a lot more tape on the big brown box containing Zweihander, and we can see that the big brown box containing Zweihander is of a much more durable nature. Alright, so now we've said that twice in the video. Let's continue. So I can actually see in the top, I can see what's waiting for me in the big brown box, and now, through the bubble wrap, I can see what's waiting for me in the white box. And it's time for you to join me in that view. Alright, pardon the fingers. Here we go. So let's look at Main Gauche first, because we've looked at it far fewer times. We see that, once we get into focus, that it's in shrink wrap and bubble wrap, and there's really nothing in this box to keep it in place. However, these bottom corners and the bottom of the spine, fine. And we turn around here to look at the top corners, also fine. And it seems to have come through the mail in this crappy package without harm. Fantastic. So now I can rejoice because we know that this one isn't going to be damaged. And there we have it. So I guess we could stop the video here. Except now I'm seeing that Zweihander is in the box with just this thin wrap of bubble wrap. And there's a small ding there in the corner, but that's not such a big deal. That could have actually happened in production. And it's not in shrink wrap, which is fine. I'm just going to take the shrink wrap off. So why are we continuing with the video? Well, there's something that I know, narrating this afterward, that we'll be revealing here in a second. But let's go back to the happy stuff. Main Gauche Grim and Perilous supplement. I'm not going to talk about what it is. You can look at earlier videos or any one of the 100 other videos that other people have produced about it. But this is my backer copy, and it seems to be in great shape. It is a slightly different copy than what I received as a review copy earlier this year. They are small changes, subtle changes, such as the branding on the spine, and if you are a collector, that sort of thing might drive you to have multiple copies on your shelves. Interesting stuff. But yeah, we're looking at damage. We're looking at pretty significant damage, and this is the sort of damage which I do not believe would happen in production. I don't think anybody would put a book with spine damage like this into a backer's package and send it off to them. The corners, sure, you get books like that all the time. The lack of complete bubble wrap around it is possibly a contributing factor, but when I look at that sort of impact and when I re-inspect the box to see the dent in the corner, I have to say this must have been dropped, and I don't think any amount of bubble wrap is really going to protect a book this heavy from a drop. Air pillows, sure. And I've gotten a lot of deflated air pillows in packages over the years, but it's just a shame. Now, I have multiple copies, so, you know, I'm sad at what happened to the book. I'm not brokenhearted for myself. What was nice, though, was when I posted pictures of the books, and Daniel Fox saw it and contacted me right away and was sharp-eyed enough to actually see that the spine was damaged in the photographs, and he offered me a replacement. And, you know, that's cool. I like that a lot. So, here we are. The shrink wrap is off, and we can see the fiery orange end papers and ribbon. It's very cool. Now we can see how clearly Main Gauche follows the theme set by the Revised Edition of Zweihander. Actually, it's the other way around, isn't it? The layout work on Main Gauche inspired a complete reworking of Zweihander, but we can see how well they go in concert, each one having its own unique look, but clearly themed as part of the whole package. They have the same approach to layout and design on the inside, same fonts, same use of sepia, same everything except iconography. So the interior artist is the same all the way through, so you have a very nice, consistent experience presenting this grim and perilous old world fantasy setting to you. And soon, in the future, we're going to see how the Zweihander approach to D100 is going to bring us totally different settings, such as Colonial Gothic, which is of particular interest to me. Now, I know some people are worried about what happened inside the book, and, you know, is the spine damaged? Is the binding damaged? Well, yes, there are creases on interior pages. Not every interior page, but a significant number of interior pages. But as you can see, the book still lays flat. It does what it's supposed to at the table, and there is no loss of integrity holding the pages to the spine or to the cover of the book itself. This is a pretty tough book. So, there you have it. I have received my backer rewards from the Main Gauche Kickstarter, which included the opportunity to pre-order this revised version of Zweihander. Zweihander arrived within 10 days of being mailed, and Main Gauche 10 days after that. They were sent from, as I mentioned earlier, different places around the world at different postal rates. And there you have it. I'm probably among the last people on Earth to receive them, being in Korea, and I know I'm among the last to do an unboxing. So sorry for the delay.